Greetings everyone, I'm M and we're Peaches. Today I'm playing Slay the Princess. This is a horror game, it is not intended for all audiences. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect, I don't know what that means, that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. Okay. I will not be disabling these because they haven't caused me problems. If they cause you problems, you've been warned. I've seen a little bit of Markiplier playing this game, but... So I'm not going into this blind, but I have relatively little information about this. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Fascinating. The hero and the princess. Cool.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Why? The princess seems kind of bad. Can someone else do this? Voice wanted to off a monarch. Technically, she's not a monarch, she's an heiress. There is a difference. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
No, that's not what I wanted to know.
And perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
That's actually not the question I wanted to ask. If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out. Which she will, unless you do something about it.
I don't have enough information here. I will not simply do as I'm told. I need reasons. What happens if she gets out then? I want specifics.
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing
You
down.
are not giving me the information I am asking for. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very
How did I get on this
task?
path?
You've made it this far.
Is this like a dream where you
might as
just
well
start in the
reach
middle of
end
it?
your journey.
Like an Inception? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Then can you give me the information I want
Nevertheless,
faster?
let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what
Oh,
lens.
that's actually a compelling
If the
argument.
princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
How will she do
It's
that?
no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken
Actually-
egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Actually, you have not specified that the princess is ending the world. You're only telling me that the world will end if she gets out. Not that she's directly responsible for it. You've also said that she's dangerous, but you've provided no further specifics on this.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay, you know what? I don't like you.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
But I am
and find the
intrigued.
princess within. A warning before you go any further.
It's a tiny little cabin. It's a very small cabin.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
What if Hear me out here. What if the narrator is the princess and he's trying to get me to slay her? Because she'll become more powerful after being slain. That's a crack theory. Ignore
We're not
that.
gonna go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I love the art style.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched
Why
on
is it
that table
diagonal?
is a pristine blade.
Who put the table there like that? Why is it turnways? You need to make it turnways. Just like it's like this. It needs to be like that. You know what I mean?
The blade is your implement.
My
You'll need
implement.
it if you want to do this.
My
right.
weapon. I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the
Good
table.
to be prepared.
It'd
Oh,
be
I've
rather
got a little
difficult to
blade in
slay
my
a
hand.
princess and
Whee!
save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You are trying really hard to convince me that I need to kill her, and I don't like the way you're going about that. It feels very manipulative, and I don't like it. I don't like to simply do as I'm told. You have to understand this. I need
Her voice
reasons,
carries up the
and the
stairs.
reasons you've given me are not reasons that I like.
Who's there?
I don't understand tone of voice very well, but her tone sounds curious. She doesn't sound scared. She sounds not curious. Like she's humoring me.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Yeah.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Well, I mean, if I were about to be slain, I would also be a bit manipulative. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Shut up.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
This is
There's a heavy
gorgeous.
chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
There's another chain on the other side, but she's not bound to that one.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
It's funny you mention that. I want her to talk to me. But I don't know if I should say I'm just here to talk. She's not gonna believe me. I've got a knife in my hand. I don't know if I should say I haven't decided yet, because I don't know if I should give her information. Actually, I should. I want her to talk.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
How about I keep the knife and we talk anyway? I don't trust anyone.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
No, I don't trust her.
Don't you dare.
I don't trust you either.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
See, the hero feels a bit naive, but at least I like his attitude. I am going to keep the knife. She's
Ignore
scared.
the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
She's bluffing.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right?
I
And if
love
that
her
knife
voice.
is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Why will it be too late? What's the hurry? I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Huh.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
She's in charge, isn't she?
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
I don't trust either of you. But I do want information.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
I'm not overly fond of the way
Against
she's
your
taking
better
control,
judgment,
though.
You step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What's your name? How long have you been down here? Okay, we've talked enough.
Don't just tell her that.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
You're not telling me anything.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall?
Is this some kind of
Have they told
prophecy
you why I'm
situation?
allegedly so dangerous?
Them is capitalized. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
There's a fruit
I
fly
believe
buzzing
her.
around my face.
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
That's true.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Okay.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
I don't trust her very much either. Because here's the thing, she's being so reasonable, and I know this routine. But she's very much in control of the conversation.
There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
I don't trust the narrator.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you?
Right.
What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Neither is yours, sir.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Trust is a risk.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Strange.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
I'm not getting a straight answer out of you either.
Too long.
Okay, fair enough.
You can't. Don't bother.
I thought she was imminently about to escape.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Here's the thing. She's very in charge, and I'm not overly fond of that. But the narrator is also, but in different ways. Neither one of them is giving me the information that I want. Which is literally anything about this princess. I know nothing about her. She hasn't even told me her name. She makes a compelling argument about the fact that she's the one chained up, and do I trust her or the people who put her there. However, she's not acknowledging the possibility that she was put here for a reason, and maybe she's not the victim. Because abusers will do that, you know. They'll make it out like they're victims of the reactions to their abuse. I have no way of knowing if that's what she's doing. See, here's the thing. The narrator has given me a task and is refusing to give me any information on why I should fulfill that task, and is actually actively annoyed by my questions. She's being very cagey, but she's being cagey in the same way that I would be cagey. You know what? Fuck it.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Well, maybe you're saying that because you don't want me to go looking for it. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
I mean, you can live without an
If
arm.
we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
He did that.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
I really don't like the way you're talking to me, sir. It's the way he's narrowing my choices until I have no choice. That's what I don't like.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
You're not telling me why.
Against your better judgment, you place the
Why
blade
would you-
against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Why would you try and cut through bone with a knife? Do the elbow. I hope you have some way of making a tourniquet. She's so nonchalant. Look at
The
her.
blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding
Holy
stuff of her
shit.
arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
I'm gonna be honest. I want her on my side.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Maybe I should have had the narrator on my side.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
I like her hair.
Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
No, I don't
You're
want to.
doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make
Glad
this
she
quick.
understands. I'm concerned. I am concerned. My god, this is a gorgeous art style. Look at her eyes. Look at the hair. at the detail on her tiara. This is lovely.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your widget hands.
Why is my hand like a bird?
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Is she about to kill me?
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
This is the end, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
I have decided that I refuse to slay the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, I think that's enough for one episode. Y'all know how the bell icon works. Y'all know what likes are for. If you want to see chapter 2, I will see you then. Bye-bye!